Hello friends, I want to thank you for engaging with Amazing Discoveries. Whether you're a viewer, a donor, or a prayer warrior for AD, your engagement has helped make AD what it is today. This year is our 30th year of ministry, and after 30 years, our mission has not changed. It is still proclaiming the three angels' messages around the world, exposing deceptions and affirming the truth through every available means. Our programs broadcast for free around the world on many platforms. Our Truth Matters podcast reaches hundreds of thousands. People are engaged and they're watching. It is making a difference in their lives as they think about the issues being presented. Being a co-founder of Amazing Discoveries, I remember the passion and the drive that started this ministry 30 years ago. I remember the desire to reach people with the truth that formed this ministry. Now, after 30 years, those feelings and motives have only grown with intensity. Jesus is coming sooner than ever, and the world is in more of a state of desperate need for truth than ever. I wanted to take a moment to speak to you about an urgent need AD has. As you may know, AD is 100% donor funded. This year has been a hard year for many, and we see this reflected in our finances. We work off of a conservative yearly budget, but broadcasting around the world through various means has its price. By God's grace, we are doing everything we can to avoid cutting projects. It is through our staff working on our projects that millions of people have heard the three angels' messages and had the opportunity to make decisions for Christ. We see more need in the world today than ever before. More and more people are urgently desiring to understand what is happening in the world and what the prophecies of Daniel and Revelation have to say for our time. We have many plans in 2024, including a study portal where people can find answers to their questions through Bible studies, as well as prophecy series and documentaries. The Lord has said that the harvest is ripe, but the workers are few. And friends, there's still much work to be done before Jesus comes. The world has to be warned, and now is not the time to stop preaching or lose momentum. Listen to this appeal made by Mrs. White in 1886, written from Europe, that seems to speak of today. The work must not stop. If we indeed have the truth for these last days, it must be carried to every nation, kindred, tongue, and people. Ere long, the living and the dead are to be judged according to the deeds done in the body, and the law of God is the standard by which they are to be tested. Then they must now be warned. God's holy law must be vindicated and held up before them as a mirror. To accomplish this work, means is needed. I know that times are hard, money is not plenty, but the truth must be spread, and money to spread it must be placed in the treasury. Shall we abandon the work? Our message is worldwide, yet many are doing literally nothing. Many more sow very little with so great a want of faith that it is next to nothing. Shall we abandon the fields we have already opened in foreign countries? Shall we drop part of the work in our home missions? Shall we grow pale at a debt of a few $1,000s? Shall we falter and become laggards now in the very last scenes of this earth's history? My heart says no, no. I cannot contemplate this question without a burning zeal to have the work go. We would not deny our faith, we would not deny Christ, yet we shall do this unless we move forward as the providence of God opens the way. The work must not stop for want of means. More means must be invested. Brethren in America, in the name of my Master, I bid you, wake up. You that are placing your talents of means in a napkin and hiding them in the earth, who are building houses and adding land to land, God calls upon you, sell that ye have and give alms. There is a time coming when commandment keepers can neither buy nor sell. Make haste to dig out your buried talents. If God has entrusted you with money, show yourselves faithful to your trust. Unwrap your napkin and send your talents to the exchangers, that when Christ shall come, he may receive his own with interest. The Bible clearly teaches that the world's final financial system will exclude certain individuals from engaging in buying or selling activities. The events of 2023, such as FedNow launching in the US, have shed light on a new financial system which will eventually restrict people from being free to spend as much as they would like. What will this mean for the gospel? If we will be restricted from sharing the message as powerfully as we need to in the future, we need to get as much done now as possible. Amazing Discoveries is more on fire than ever to warn the world, and especially the cities where the judgments of God will soon be falling. We want to redouble our efforts in 2024, but we can't do this without you. As we near the end, we need to press forward even more earnestly and proclaim the three angels' messages more fervently. If you've seen value in the programs that Amazing Discoveries is sharing, please consider supporting the mission. Thank you for your prayers and financial support. God bless you and have a blessed new year.